there for 3 months. They came to that incubator thinking it was the best possible place to come and get finance. 3 months later, because of the incubator's help, they realised they didn't need finance and the incubator helped them get customers. But the finance attracted them in. We've been a success. Normally, 85% of companies who are incubated survive, whereas outside most fail. It could be the manager. I don't know if any of you know incubators in the United States. There's a famous manager, Bob Calcaterra. He's run about 3 or 4 incubators. When I go on incubator tours, I normally escape and start talking to the entrepreneurs. I was talking to an entrepreneur who literally had moved from Buffalo up in the north to Arizona to be incubated by Bob Calcaterra. The unique selling proposition of that incubator was Bob Calcaterra. Personalised. He's famous in the United States. This person had moved his house and family to be incubated specifically by Bob Calcaterra. Now, you may be that sort of incubator. You've got to work out exactly what is this unique selling proposition for your incubator. What is the one thing? I think the exercise we have here. Okay. Good on you, Amanda. Amanda's keeping me on track. She always does. Now you understand the 3 C's, well, you'll probably think about it a bit more. The 3 C's is one of those fundamental aspects of marketing. You need to think about it, reflect a lot. And again, this activity is one that you'll continue online. We want you to discuss. And you might reverse it. Is your incubator structured and staffed to best meet the needs of your customers? Again, don't just think of the features, put yourself in the shoes, the psychology, the mentality of your customers. If you don't understand that, you need to. Be empathetic. Get in their heads. What's going on in their heads? Do you know who your competitors are? And what are you doing to minimise their impact? So you've got to actually go through and really analyse who all these competitors are. There was a great list was coming out in that discussion before of all the potential competitors. And what are you going to do to minimise their impact? There's no point just identifying them. You've got to actually have strategies to address their competition. Also address how it changes the external factors influence how you deal with customers and competitors, and alter how you structure your incubator. Again, numerous incubators have got lazy. Australia's a good example. Our incubators were really successful in the 90s. They haven't changed. They haven't actually addressed the changing needs of government or entrepreneurs. In the end, what is your USP? You're going to come up with one thing that's going to be compelling, that's going to work, that's going to get those people in. And when you know exactly what that is, it becomes easy, if you've got it right. And again, we'll get to evaluation in the end because you don't always get it right first off. But you've got to start to address what is that USP. And it will differ for different incubators. It will actually differ when you're dealing, if you're dealing with grassroots people, people from institutions as entrepreneurs, there'll be a different USP for each one. That's inevitable. And there's certainly a different USP for government. So we're going to have morning. Amanda will give you instructions.
Okay, we'll break for 20 minutes now, have a cup of tea. We want you to discuss all of these things while you're having your cup of tea, and then when we come back in, we'll sit down and we'll continue the exercise and list those points.
Yeah.
So it just gives you a bit of food for thought. So that means we need to be back in here at 11:10.
Or come back in with your coffees. And again, I'm sorry, there's so many people, I won't be able to get everyone to report back. So we'll try and share the bit of report back around. But again, this will continue. You won't be able to complete it properly. So when you report back, what I'd like you to report back on is your thoughts about USP. So maybe for this now, while we are with limited time, just think about what's the USP. It might not be right, but I want somebody to report back on what the USP is. You'll do the rest back in your incubator. And again, the key to this is, it might seem a bit boring, might seem a bit academic. In the end, all of this is key to actually how you market your incubator. The USP is one of those really, really important things. Okay?